Today our topic is how to be stoic in difficult conversations. Life is full of moments where we must face tough discussions. These conversations can be with family, friends, coworkers, or even strangers. They can be about money, relationships, work, or personal beliefs. These talks can make us feel stressed, angry, or hurt. But Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, teaches us how to handle these situations with calm and wisdom. Stoicism is not about hiding your feelings or pretending everything is fine. It is about understanding what you can control and what you cannot. It is about staying strong and focused even when things are hard. Let us see how Stoicism can help us in difficult conversations. First, Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control. In any conversation, you cannot control what the other person says or does. You cannot control their thoughts or feelings. But you can control your own words, actions, and reactions. This is very important. When you focus on what you can control, you feel more powerful. You do not waste energy on things you cannot change. For example, if someone says something rude or unfair, you cannot control their words. But you can control how you respond. You can choose to stay calm and not react with anger. You can choose to listen and understand even if you disagree. This is the first step to being stoic in difficult conversations. Second, Stoicism teaches us to separate facts from emotions. In difficult conversations, emotions can run high. You might feel angry, sad, or frustrated. The other person might feel the same way. But emotions can cloud your judgment. They can make you say or do things you regret later. Stoicism teaches us to step back and look at the facts. What is really happening? What is the problem? What is the solution? When you focus on the facts, you can see the situation more clearly. You can make better decisions. For example, if someone accuses you of something, do not react with anger. Instead, ask for the facts. What exactly happened? What evidence do they have? By focusing on the facts, you can avoid unnecessary arguments and find a solution. Third, Stoicism teaches us to practice empathy. Empathy means trying to understand the other person's feelings and perspective. In difficult conversations, it is easy to focus only on your own feelings. But Stoicism reminds us that the other person is also human. They have their own struggles and emotions. When you practice empathy, you can see the situation from their point of view. This does not mean you have to agree with them, but it helps you to communicate better. For example, if someone is upset with you, try to understand why. Maybe they are feeling ignored or unappreciated. By showing empathy, you can calm the situation and find common ground. Fourth, Stoicism teaches us to stay present. In difficult conversations, it is easy to get caught up in the past or the future. You might think about past mistakes or worry about future problems. But Stoicism teaches us to focus on the present moment. What is happening right now? What can you do right now? When you stay present, you can handle the situation more effectively. You can listen better, think more clearly, and respond more calmly. For example, if someone is criticizing you, do not think about past criticisms or future consequences. Focus on what they are saying now. Listen carefully and respond thoughtfully. By staying present, you can avoid unnecessary stress and conflict. Fifth, Stoicism teaches us to accept what we cannot change. In life, there are many things we cannot control. We cannot control other people's actions or opinions. We cannot control the outcome of every situation. But we can control how we react. Stoicism teaches us to accept what we cannot change and focus on what we can. This does not mean giving up or being passive. It means recognizing the limits of our control and using our energy wisely. For example, if someone refuses to listen to you, you cannot force them to change their mind. But you can control how you respond. You can choose to stay calm and respectful. You can choose to walk away if necessary. By accepting what you cannot change, you can find peace and strength in difficult conversations. Sixth, Stoicism teaches us to practice self-discipline. Self-discipline means controlling your impulses and emotions. In difficult conversations, it is easy to react without thinking. You might say something hurtful or make a bad decision. But Stoicism teaches us to pause and think before we act. What is the best way to respond? What will help the situation? By practicing self-discipline, you can avoid unnecessary conflict and make better choices. For example, if someone makes you angry, do not react immediately. Take a deep breath and think about your response. By controlling your emotions, you can handle the situation more effectively. Seventh, Stoicism teaches us to focus on virtue. Virtue means being a good person and doing the right thing. In difficult conversations, it is easy to act out of anger, fear, or selfishness. But Stoicism reminds us to act with integrity and kindness. What is the right thing to do? How can you be fair and respectful? By focusing on virtue, you can handle difficult conversations with dignity and honor. For example, if someone is being unfair to you, do not respond with unfairness. Instead, be honest and kind. By acting with virtue, you can set a positive example and improve the situation. 8. Stoicism teaches us to learn from every experience. Difficult conversations can be painful, but they are also opportunities to learn and grow. Stoicism teaches us to reflect on our experiences and learn from them. What went well? What could have been better? What can you do differently next time? By learning from every experience, you can become wiser and stronger. For example, if a conversation did not go well, think about what you can improve. Maybe you need to listen more or communicate more clearly. By learning from your mistakes, you can handle future conversations more effectively. 9th, Stoicism teaches us to practice gratitude. Gratitude means being thankful for what you have. In difficult conversations, it is easy to focus on the negative. But Stoicism reminds us to appreciate the good things in life. What are you thankful for? What positive things can you focus on? By practicing gratitude, you can stay positive and resilient. For example, if a conversation is stressful, think about the things you are grateful for. Maybe you have supportive friends or a loving family. By focusing on gratitude, you can find strength and hope in difficult times. 10th, Stoicism teaches us to be patient. Difficult conversations can take time. They might not be resolved quickly or easily. But Stoicism teaches us to be patient and persistent. Change takes time, and understanding takes effort. By being patient, you can give the conversation the time it needs. For example, if someone is not ready to listen, do not give up. Be patient and keep trying. By being patient, you can build trust and understanding over time. In conclusion, Stoicism offers many tools for handling difficult conversations. By focusing on what you can control, separating facts from emotions, practicing empathy, staying present, accepting what you cannot change, practicing self-discipline, focusing on virtue, learning from every experience, practicing gratitude, and being patient, you can handle difficult conversations with calm and wisdom. Stoicism does not promise that life will be easy, but it gives us the strength to face challenges with courage and dignity. So the next time you face a difficult conversation, remember these Stoic principles. Stay calm, stay focused, and stay strong. You have the power to handle any situation with grace and wisdom.